And what we find here is this monster is none other than the final Antichrist. Even now, John says there are many Antichrists. This is the final one. He rises up out of the sea, out of the nations. He consolidates all world power. This is globalism, symbolized by 10 horns, the number of completion, as his 7 heads. He has the consolidated power and the consolidated authority. He is a blasphemer, but a powerful one. And the dragon is Satan. And the dragon gave the Antichrist in John's vision his power, his throne, and his great authority. At some point in the future, the world will be, verse 3 says, amazed at this monster. And as a result of his influence, they will worship the devil, the dragon, because he gave his authority to the beast. They worship the beast, the monster, the Antichrist, saying, who is like the beast and who is able to wage war with him? Understand, all of human history is progressing toward a global kingdom under the power of Satan, in which Satan has one global monster ruling the whole world. What does he do? He makes war with the saints to overcome them. And authority over every tribe and people and tongue and nation was given to him. This final global ruler will make war against the saints. Verse 8, all who dwell on the earth will worship him, everyone whose name was not written from the foundation of the world in the book of life of the Lamb who had been slain. The whole world is going to go after him. We're headed toward a one world global government with one massive, monstrous leader. He has a cohort in verses 11 and following. This is another monster who has 2 horns like a lamb. This is a more benign individual. This is the false prophet. This is the religious leader who, going along with the political leader, assists him. He exercises all the authority of the first monster. He makes the earth and those who dwell in it worship the first monster whose fatal wound was healed. Apparently there's some kind of false resurrection, which is how he gains power. And then he performs great signs, verse 13, making fire come down out of heaven in the presence of men. Verse 14, he deceives those who dwell on the earth. Again, this is Satan, which is given to him to perform in the presence of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who had the wound of the sword and has come to life. So once he has this false resurrection, he then establishes himself as the world ruler, and the false prophet points the world to him. He causes all, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, free men and slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or to sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the monster or the number of his name, which is 666. But we're headed toward a time when there's a global satanic kingdom. It consolidates all kingdoms of the world. It is under the final monster Antichrist, designed by the devil himself, and the entire world follows him. The entire world. Along with this political leader, there is a spiritual leader. This is the false prophet. He is the one who lures, seduces the world religiously to worship the Antichrist. So he becomes God. He is Satan's puppet. One world religion. That final world religion is the target in John's vision of Revelation 17. Go to Revelation 17. Here, this one world religion, consolidated with the Antichrist and the false prophet, is called the Great Harlot, because it's the prostitution of true religion. Sits on many waters, which means it just literally covers the globe. With whom the kings of the earth committed acts of immorality. This is to say that the kings, the rulers, the nations of the world consolidate all their power. Metaphorically speaking, it's like committing adultery with a prostitute. And those who dwell on the earth are drunk with the wine of her immorality. So what's going to happen in the end is this massive global unification of the entire world under the Antichrist, and there will be a religious component to it led by the false prophet. And again, verse 3, You see the scarlet monster full of blasphemous names, having 7 heads and 10 horns. That again is a reference to Antichrist. Then you see the harlot, the false religion, clothed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a gold cup full of abominations of the unclean things of her immorality, and on her forehead a name was written, a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth.